100. It's a long number. It takes forever to get there, but we finally got there. I love you guys, and welcome to an all-new edition of All Andy Alfred, right here on Claypan 2-3. I am your host, Andrew Alfred, welcoming you into the program, everybody. As always, we do 2 parts on Monday. We'll celebrate the 100th episode on part 2 of All Andy Alfred, but we get to the news of the day and also recap this weekend's action in the Major Leagues. By the way, I'm wearing a suit today just for the 100th anniversary, of course. You can see there. Let's start with the Tigers. Boy, isn't it great to have Johnny Peralta. Boston takes 2 of 3 out of Detroit. Detroit was a winner Friday night, 6-5. Robbie Weinhardt gets the win. He goes to 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA. John Lester gets a loss. He goes to 11-6 with a 3.05 ERA. Johnny Peralta had 2 home runs in this game. See, a change of uniforms can help, but still, Johnny Peralta. Ortiz and Scudero homered for Boston. Saturday's game, we lost 5-4. Koch gets the loss. He goes to 6-2 with a 2.66 ERA. Okajima gets the win. He goes to 4-3 with a 5.62 ERA. Cabrera homered his 26 in front of 37,498. Game time 3 hours and 29 minutes. On Sunday, we were this close away to winning another ball game. A sacrifice bunt cost us the victory, and we lost 4-3. Thomas gets a loss. He goes to 4-1 with a 4.30 ERA. Jonathan Papelbon gets the win. He goes to 4-4 with a 3.05 ERA. No home runs at the game. 2 hours and 48 minutes was the game time. The attendance at 37,479. So the Tigers are off this afternoon. They will open up a 4-game set in 3 days against the Chicago White Sox this weekend. This week, they'll be playing 2 on tomorrow. It'll be Rick Porcello and Mark Burley starting, and we'll have all Andy Alfred during the game. We're not going to cover the game tomorrow because we're doing a special edition of All Andy Alfred, the NHL preseason schedule, and we'll break that down with Nick DeVera on tomorrow's show. So if you're an NHL buff, you gotta tune in tomorrow for the show. Cleveland takes 2 of 3 out of Toronto. They were lost on Friday, by the way, 8-1. Masterson gets lost. He goes to 3-10 with a 5.55 ERA. Marcham gets the win. He goes to 10-4 with a 3.22 ERA. Lewis and Batista homer. No home runs for the Tribe. 2 hours and 42 minutes took to play the game. 20,228 were in attendance at the Rogers Center. Now on Saturday, the Tribe was a winner 2-1. Jensen Lewis gets the win. He goes to 3-2 with a 4.01 ERA. Talley gets the loss. He goes to 1-4 with a 6.38 ERA. No home runs for the Tribe. Molina homered his 4th of the season. Perez gets his 11th save of the season. In front of 32,663. Game time 2 hours and 48 minutes. And on Sunday, the Tribe was a winner over the Blue Jays 5-4. Gomez gets the win. He goes to 2-0 with a 1.50 ERA. Lyncham gets the loss. He goes to 1-5 with a 5.79 ERA. Donald and Asdrubal Cabrera homered for the Tribe. Batista, Hill, and Escobar homered for Toronto. Perez gets his 12th save in front of 21,797. Game time 3 hours even. Now tonight, the Tribe will open up a 4-game set with the Boston Red Sox. It will be Fausto Carbona, 10-8 with a 3.92 ERA, taking on John Lackey, who's 10-5 with a 4.26 ERA. Game time 7:10 on ST. Come to find out that STO is now the official sponsor and official provider of the Mid-American Conference. Taking a look at the American League Central standings, the Chicago White Sox lead the division. Their record is 59-45. First place, 7-3 in their last 10. Minnesota is becoming a hot team. The Tigers have to win some ball games here against the Chicago White Sox. Minnesota is 59-46. They half a game out, 9-1 in their last 10. Detroit is in third place. They're 52-52 at 500, 7 games out, 2-8 in their last 10. Here we go. The fall apart. We're like the Mets. We're falling apart yet again. Kansas City is 45-60, 14.5 out, 4-6 in the last 10, and the Cleveland Indians are 44-61, 15.5 out, 4-6 in their last 10. Other scores in the major leagues yesterday: the White Sox were a winner 4-1, Philadelphia 6, Washington 4, the Yankees were a loser 3-0, Cincinnati 2, Atlanta 1, the Colorado Rockies 8, the Cubbies 7, Minnesota 4, Seattle 0, Baltimore 4, Kansas City 5, Florida 4, San Diego 5, and Arizona beat the Mets 14-1. Remember, this is part 1 of All Andy Alfred. Part 2 is coming up in just a second, but before I get into that, we had the trade deadline came on Saturday. What happened to what happened to the idea of getting a bullpen help for the Tigers? All we got was Johnny Peralta. We traded Wilkin Ramirez for minor league prospects, by the way, for you Mudhead fans. Thank God we got rid of him, though. What happened to the idea of getting Arzman or another bullpen key? I don't know. I mean, after all, the Cleveland Indians were giving up a lot of players on Saturday. They gave up Jake Westbrook, Kerry Wood, Austin Kearns. Kearns, I couldn't understand why they got rid of him. Honestly. Kearns is a good player. He could have been a key asset to that young team, but guess not. Not anymore. But we shall see. In part 2 of All Andy Alfred, we're going to cover the Mudhens, the NHL and the Walleye, and we're also going to break down and reflect on 100 episodes of All Andy Alfred. Stick with us. We'll be right back.